everybody, what's up and welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Liz, your host here at Crimes Untold. Yes, scary movies and chill. Anywho, I just cracked open a Galaxy Vibe of Celsius, not sponsored, not here to influence you on it, whatever. Today we're going to be discussing the cold case from Virginia, Miss Elsie May Roane. So I have a lot of kind of issues with this. So yeah, she's missing. She's not dead that we know of. Her body's never been found. Thus, she's not dead in my brain. Anywho, so she was last seen on May 20th of 1957. I have my notes in front of me. There's not a lot about this case. There was a big announcement in 2015 about this case, and it involves a person of interest in this case, which is kind of bizarre. So what I have is that, so she was last seen by a police officer in West Point, Virginia. This was on May 20th of 1957, and she was carrying 2 suitcases. She was never seen again. The thing that a lot of people kind of rag on her dad about, Harry W. Roane, is because it took him a little bit to realize that she wasn't home. So she lived with her dad, Harry, in on 5th Street in West Point. Now, her mom died 2 years prior, so it was just her and her dad. The thing about him not realizing she was gone is he worked nights. He worked nights at the Cheatham Annex Navy Supply Depot, and he didn't realize she was gone because when he would come home to sleep, she would be at school. So it's not something that he would put 2 and 2 together until a few days later, which is what happened on May 23rd, 1957. He came home from work, and I'm assuming this would be on a weekend, so she would still be at home, but she wasn't home. And then he contacted officials reporting her missing. So she is known to have brown hair, blue eyes, wore glasses occasionally. At the time, she was about 115 pounds and 5'8", and she's Caucasian. Right now in time, she would be 83 years old because she was born on November 6th of 1940. So she would be 83 turning 84. But here's the thing. They think she was possibly pregnant when she disappeared from West Point, which ties in with the update in 2015 that's basically virtually the only update we have since this. So the update in 2015 is that they had a person of interest that they were talking to, and this person said that how do I word this? They have kind of information, but not really. So this case is really hard to kind of talk about because of how few and far information is, because many people left on her own and would eventually come back, but many people think that she left because she was pregnant and maybe she was going to be with a baby's father. But to this day, we have no idea. We have absolutely no idea. With this update back in 2015, they can't release the name of this suspect. And yes, they said suspect in this because it's still an ongoing investigation. And the person they have is a person of interest is actually somebody that would be the same age as Elsie, which at this time, this current year, would be 83. Obviously, when they put this article out, this was back in 2015. So yeah, 9 years ago. So they would be in their mid 70s. But this person was brought in, and they've had multiple interviews with this person, and basically what they said is they weren't able to prove that she didn't leave on her free will, but that's what this person has speculated. They also brought up the fact that she has a child, hence the theory of that she was pregnant. So investigators at the time, their focus was finding Elsie and finding her child and giving them a proper burial if they are indeed dead, that's what this person basically speculated, is that she is indeed dead. But do we know? Do we know exactly what what happened? No. There really hasn't been anything since for an update in this case at all. The most you'll find is stuff on Reddit or a random update in on newspapers where it gives her picture. She is a very pretty 16-year-old girl at the time. Well, technically she's 15. But yeah, they just don't know. The only thing they know is that she was seen at about 10:50 p.m., which is per the newspaper article. Yeah, that's about it. That's all we know. There hasn't been anything else. I don't understand why there hasn't been anything else in regards to this because, I mean, if she was your daughter, then you would want to figure out what happened to her, right? You would wanna know that. But there's nothing else to go on. Her father died back in 1968, and everybody in the community wants answers as to what happened. Her case remains unsolved, and we don't know where her body is or possibly her child. So if you or anyone you know have any information in regards to Elsie May Roane, please contact the West Point Police Department, and their number is 804-769-0999, or you can contact your local FBI office. Like, there there is little to no information on this case, and I don't understand why. So that, my friends, is the cold case from Virginia. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next one.